The one thing you just want to remember when you're not looking at each other versus looking. Yeah, so that's your camera.
Okay, this is my camera.
That's your camera.
Okay.
So when you're not looking at each other, look at your camera. Don't worry about this.
Okay.
That's your camera, yeah.
But like when we talk to each other.
Right.
I already told, we explained it. Let's go.
Oh shit, y'all know the topic?
Excuse me.
Quiet on set.
Men choose business over relationships.
I think we good.
Honestly, I think that's what I'm saying, honestly.
Hey, Nigel. Did too hard, bruh.
Shout out Nigel, shout out everybody here, shout out Unspoken. We in the A.
Men choosing business over relationships.
You feel like men should choose business over
For
relationships?
sure. 100%. Only because men are creatures that how would I say, society has pushed them into a place of defining themselves first before they can attract a woman.
Right. So if you ain't got no money, if you broke, you don't feel like you're worth.
You ain't gonna check for me.
Or you're not anything, right?
You're not gonna check.
Okay.
Women are on the opposite side of that. 1,000%. But I'm gonna give you let you talk about your topic and I'm talking about me, okay? Because I think women are on the opposite side of that. Because women are gonna deal with a lot more, and we're also gonna give a lot more space.
For real?
Yes, y'all take up too much space. We'll go.
I feel like there's a bigger downfall to that, especially men that tend to have careers in higher end careers or that are business owners. I feel like a lot of men that are entrepreneurs, I feel like a lot of men focus so much into that lane that they don't want to date. And I feel like once they get to the very top, that's when they should start dating. Or when they feel like they're very comfortable, which a lot of times is at a certain tier, right? Mm-hmm. And that certain tier that you get to that a man is very comfortable with and very confident in, the type of women that you attract may be different, especially if you living in Atlanta.
Right.
Those type of women are more of the sack chasers, more of the status type of girls. They not really the ones that are willing to be with you from the bottom to the top. Mm-hmm. So then when you get to that particular stature, then you're questioning what these women are here for. Mm-hmm. Are they really there for you as the person and what you bring as an individual, or are they there for monetary value and what you can give them as far as security?
Relationships are fleeting. So they come and they go. So you should never put more into that than you will yourself, which is your business.
When you put it that way, okay.
And then not only are you putting your business into yourself, you could be potentially putting into your future selves and their future selves. And
which could benefit me.
Of generations and generations of people. So I feel like, a relationship is cool. It's cool, but you're going to have plenty of them. You're going to have them.
We take up too much space.
You guys take up too much space, yes.
So I feel like a man is gonna choose his. It depends on what stage you catch him at. But early on when you dating this stuff, I'm gonna choose business over a relationship because based on what your goals and your ambitions are, if you're looking to have a family. But you're saying
early on. Okay, so what if we weren't early on?
It just depends on what the circumstances are.
Okay, so we're in love. We're actually in love. I love you and you love me and we're in your brain you want a future with me. So what?
It's a lot of demographics to go into that. Where are we living?
Do you see
how
what I'm
is shit
saying?
going?
Do you see what I'm saying? Men have a plan for a plan for a plan for a plan for a plan. And women are not like that. It's if I love you, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? I'll rewrite my entire life for you, but men will never do that.
We know that y'all are like that.
Yeah, we know.
That's why if I know you love me, I can choose my career first. You're not going nowhere.
That's sick.
That's real.
It depends on what the endgame is.
Okay.
So, say for instance, Tom Brady.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Chose business or relationship. You're right though. Hey, that's a
When
great
you
move.
choose to get married and you have kids, it's like you've been in the game for so long.
Yeah.
And you sit there, you say you retire, you finna retire, and then you turn around and you be like, oh no, I'm finna go back to this.
Right.
Your woman done sat there and sacrificed all her years holding it down in the crib, going to practices, like just sacrificing that quality time with one another.
Right.
So what's the point of getting married if that's what you're gonna do?
I think in the we talking about the end game because we know what happened at the end. But I think through that journey, I don't think he was thinking it that way. I don't think he think he could last 20 years. If I'm being honest, I think that the more success you start to have is like, I think the real question is like, what is it for him? Like what you know what I'm saying? What's gonna make him feel like, all right, I solidified my name in this game, which I feel like he did, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Is it them six championships? It might not be enough. Now, going back to what you were saying though, I feel like that's like one of the perfect examples because they're divorced right now. So it's
because
like,
why?
Should you? So what you asking is, should you choose business or relationship? I think you still should.
Marriage is a business though, or that's how I see it. People don't really get married for love no more.
And you shouldn't. My grandmama got married for business, and she is still married 50-some years later. She said you will fall in love with whoever the fuck you want to fall in love with.
After we've established the business part, I'll fall in love
she
with
said
you.
You need to, like, she doesn't believe in giving somebody over emotions. How is that person beneficial to you? Yeah, because you can change your
emotions and how you feel.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
And that's how she feels. She's like, I can change all that shit. So how is this relationship beneficial to us?
So is it a matter of I'm getting in a marriage with you, we build this business, and now I'm like obligated to stay with you, or?
Yep, that's how she feels. It's my grandma's motto in life, so I'll take a little bit of that. I'm not obligated to stay, but
in a perfect world, I would not marry for love because love is not enough. I would want like it to be 50-50. Sorry, I would want it to be 50-50. I want you to love me. Like, how could you not?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
So I talk to a lot of my guy friends and I be telling them like, I don't really understand like what's the problem with y'all finding like solid women who accept you for who you are at this very moment, which you may feel not that very confident in who you are, but a lot of times women can see men past their current position. Like a lot of women can be like, okay, yeah, I can see him being this, that, and the third. And if I see him being this type of person, I can push him if he's willing or open to be the, who he would really want to be.
That only works with women that have been raised by people who don't know that.
I don't think it works like that either. I think if a chick like you and she that into you, you can.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, you can still tap into that side of it, if that makes sense. But also, like, growing up Caribbean and growing up raised by, like, a father that was like, you're my only child and you're a daughter, and I only wanted one girl, but I'm gonna teach you and raise you like a man. Not like raise you like a man, but like he raised me.
I get that. I'm not saying that the man is doing you wrong, but like early on, if I know I like you, like even if I have intentions for you, like I marry young, like sometimes there are certain things I'm gonna have to do, even if I want a better life for you. So like certain things are gonna get prioritized based on how stuff is flowing. Because if it's not prioritized, like certain things, one thing that a woman who trusts a man and chooses to be with him wants is to know that she's secure in her situation.
Protected.
Exactly.
It depends though, because even being Mary Jane, right?
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union, she chose her career. She chose her career.
Yeah.
Instead of getting married, having a family, all of that type of stuff. But then at the end, it's like, you're not married, you old, you can't have kids.
Yeah.
But then it's like she get the backlash for that, because it's like, why you not married? Why you ain't had no kids? And a lot of men, they be like, okay,
I think it's more. I think the honest with you, I really feel like why men. I feel like right now, I feel like more men are choosing their business over relationships right now.
But you can sit there. I'm a woman and I have my own business,
right.
And when it comes to certain stuff, I'm gonna choose my clients over my relationship.
Right, but I don't think that's necessary. It's different for you though. I think it's different for guys and girls. I think guys are doing it because of how girls are acting, as far as saying that you gotta be.
But why do girls
stable.
act? But why do girls act the way they act? Do you get what I'm saying? You can sit there and say
Okay.
that, but like a lot of men nowadays, they don't. Being a provider, a lot of women nowadays are the go-getters in the relationship.
Right.
They're the money makers. So it's like, if I could take care of the household, feed my kids, make the money, what else is there to do?
So you believe women should lean into
she's big on potential.
potential? That's what I was gonna say. You think?
I mean, I think a lot of I'm not gonna say subjectively me. I think that's all women. All women see potential in men. Period.
I think about
And if they like the person, my thing is at the end of the day, no matter what your monetary value is, what you bring career wise, that shit can be gone in a split second. We seen COVID happen. So you can be a top-notch nigga and that motherfucker come and sweep you up under your feet. You don't have nothing. And then you're relying on a one income that can be the only thing that can bring your household how it needs to sustain your household. But your core as a nigga is your core as a nigga.
Oh, the question is, should men marry or put business before the marriage?
Before relationships, not even a marriage. Should men choose business over relationships, or do they?
But what about me? I can't choose my business.
Nowadays, I feel like
I think that happens more often nowadays.
because women are rapidly becoming more successful than everybody else, especially black.
But then on the flip, it's hard for the man to accept that the woman is more successful in her business or whatever. So it's more acceptable if he has the business.
I don't see
and
the
gets
fuck
the
why.
wife.
That's
They
the
be
ego. That's
intimidated by
the ego.
women.
That's some ego shit because
Yeah.
I have always admired Stedman. You understand me? And now I admire A$AP Rocky. Those are brilliant young men. You go out and you let that baby girl make all the fucking money she want to. And you be there. You be there for that reward that you put in the work laying.
That's what I would want. Don't
Making
try to
her
battle
fall
me in
in
the
love.
business. Don't try to battle me.
I mean, we can have a competition. I like competition.
So is it a matter of him
But it's
having
healthy.
his business and then like I have to be on the back burner?
No,
whenever the business
that's not
comes
healthy
apart?
competition. No, that's not healthy. Why
Okay.
can't both y'all be doing y'all damn thing at the same time?
Because men don't want you to be as great as them.
That ain't no real man, baby. I'm sorry. Real men don't give no fuck about none of that. You understand me? They gonna want you to do your motherfucking thing because the more money you bring and the more money I bring, the more money
A
we
real
bring.
man, but we're talking about the majority of men.
I think most guys are okay with, you chipping in. It just comes down to a guy and what's his motive, what is his end game. Because if I'm like saying that I don't want to be in a relationship until I'm on nationally televised, I have a national televised show, I'm already setting myself up for failure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, I can't really go in it with that mindset, but I am dedicated to this. I am doing whatever it takes to be able to stay, to get myself up there. But it's like, in the midst of that, can I find somebody that's gonna be like, okay with that? Or do I get to a point when I do make all this money and I'm still like I need more money? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, what is your end goal? Like you said, like do you have a number cap on how much you want to make? Or you know what I'm saying? Or like I said, how many championships you want to win before you want to retire? Like that's kind of tough though, especially though in sports though. Like I don't want to keep it on that, but like sports is different because it's like you only can play football for so long, right?
Right.
But when you're on the Tom Brady level, when you win a championships, like
But
something
you
like that, it's
old,
like
but you old.
we say that though. It's easy if he was old and he was losing though. If he's old and still winning, so it's like, all right, how long can I do this? I can keep. I mean, I feel good, my body feel good, but it's like, all right, my girl want me to stay at home with her now. She don't even want me to play football no more. Like if I'm still seeing, it's kind of hard to pull that away. A lot of people retire because they don't have a choice.
Right.
That's he had a choice.
Okay.
So when you got a choice to stay, and you can stay as long as you want, and ain't nobody forcing you to leave, and you still can make $30 million this year, $30 million the following year, I'm gonna continue to ride that wave as long as I can.
So what does that mean for you when you find that woman and you're not all the way together? Like what happens to her? Like let's be for real. What happens to her? Because y'all will find a woman, she's perfect, she's everything you want and need, but you're not where you want to be right now. So you treat her like shit.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
You ain't gotta treat her like shit,
Okay,
but like.
well, you don't treat her like, if you don't treat her like shit, but you still don't treat her.
But you might not treat her like a priority,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
the top priority.
Like that's what you want. You want her to be a top priority, but you don't treat her like that. But you
Because-
see her, because men will scope somebody out for a minute like that's her. Like from far, like y'all will be like, that's her.
It's crazy,
And
like
plot on it for years.
I'm not speaking on like the Tyler Perry movie shit, like Diary of a Mad Black Woman, but like it is some situations where like men might prioritize like things that further their career over women. But what I've learned in those situations, but
men do that.
But no, I'm saying I learned like in those situations where things like that happen, it does take a lot of patience for the woman. You know what I'm saying? But if that man is who he thinks he is and he achieves those goals, those are the same women getting broke off with Birkins and ain't got to work because they held it down.
But I feel like if you choose the right woman, though, she gonna add to that value of
That's
you.
what I'm saying. I feel like that's like if you're a woman that can see a man's core, I don't care what monetary is cool. That's a bonus. That's a plus. But that shit can be taken away. Like that's not guaranteed. Just because you make $150,000 or you make $200,000 for a course of 10 years, pandemic can pop off and you lose that $200,000 or that $250,000 that you was making.
Right.
And then guess what? You're left with just who you are on the inside and what you bring to the relationship, not just monetary. But I feel like a lot of guys bring that to their relationship. They think that their money, I get it. It brings the confidence.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's gonna attract you to.
Yeah,
like,
that's not necessarily true.
In this society,
no,
like,
that's
if I
what
ain't
a
got
lot of
shit going on.
That's what a lot of guys think. That's not true. That's not all women.
They gonna want you to do your motherfucking thing because the more money you bring and the more money I bring, the more money
A
we
real
bring.
man, but we're talking about the majority of men. So they don't want you to do better than them.
Damn, it's a shortage like that for real? On real men?
I just need real niggas. Let me clip. But
See,
I'm
now,
just
hold up.
saying, like,
so
I
you
just
can't
know
say
a lot
that
of
then.
men.
You meet real niggas. You ain't dating once a year, bitch. So that means they out there.
They're out there, but majority of them are
Fuck niggas.
not fuck niggas, but they really don't want you to do better than them.
That's a fuck nigga.
They want to have the money. They want to provide. They want to be providers.
That sounds like you stress the fuck out. Son.
And once a woman provides more, some men, they get intimidated. Like, you can't make more money than me.
See, that's why I'm gay. Because listen, we both the same thing. So if you make more money or I make more money, who the fuck cares? We both mean it. I don't, girl, I would never give a fuck about that. Are you guys really out there doing that shit? I would never give a fuck about that.
I don't care either.
What?
I wouldn't look at you less than if I made more money than you. But a lot of men do. They won't admit it, but they really do.
Wow.
So I think that's part of the reason why this question is being asked.
That's
if they
what's wrong
didn't
with America.
care, they really wouldn't.
I was going back to, I do feel like the only reason why men are having that approach is because I feel like they're pressured on women to have their shit together. And if I don't got my shit together, then I ain't gonna be in a relationship. So, and we always tell each other as men, hey, focus on you. Focus on making sure you got your coin, because if you got your coin, she gonna always be there. So it's always gonna be somebody there. Just make sure you got your shit together, they gonna come. So we stuck with that. And then you gotta deal with Instagram and niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't.
But it's like
coming
the
together.
more money you make, you got a girl that's been there since the beginning, right?
Yeah, but you gotta experience that.
Hold on, wait. Okay, so but if you got a girl that's been there since the beginning and you still choose the money, and it's like you got the money, you got the wife, you got the kids. What else you need? Because now you done reach the amount of money. Let's just say you done reach the amount of money and the success that you want.
Sometimes, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes it's gonna take her to go, bro. It is. I think that's why, and I keep going back to Tom Brady though, because it's everything we talk about. Go back, it's the same situation. Like now, cause now I know he at home and he retired now, and now he at home by himself, or just him and the kids. When thinking like, damn, should I retire 2 years ago, or should I, Cause I know, you know what I'm saying. So I know that feeling could be tough, and it's like, I don't know, it's love.
I feel like all of that is like a man's ego and a pride, because it's like you do all of that, and then it's like you lose your whole family in the midst of that, and then it's like you got all this money, you got all this success, you ain't never gonna be comfortable with another woman how you was with your wife and your kids. So it's like, okay, now you're going to be lonely for the rest of your life, because now in the back of your head, you got all this money. Who you going to spend this money on?
Let me ask you this, though, because I feel like...
if women weren't there, where is all the money going? Where's the money going?
Do you really feel like it's over, though? Like, you really feel like, even in that situation, you don't feel like she going back to him?
Nah.
I feel like a woman would be more prone to if it's not infidelity.
No, I don't think so. Because
I laughed at
quality time, especially kids, when you bring kids into the factor, like all bets is off. I done sacrificed this so much time, held you down. You going like off season, you still training, you getting up at the crack of dawn to go practice, to do this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, I got to sit here and make sure the kids go to school. I got to sit here and make sure the kids do their homework. They grow up to be good human beings. Okay, now what? I have to sit here and waste all my time doing all this stuff while you go chase your career, and that's fine and dandy, but then it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, how much sacrifice do I gotta go through? Like, we finna be old. Y'all done been together for how long now? Like, y'all been together for all these years. Then, now what?
Do you expect the woman that you did all that shit for in the beginning, right? Do you expect her to still be waiting there at the finish line for you when you're ready?
I mean, it's a lot of circumstances that go into that. It depends on how you treat it. Like, a woman waiting on you don't mean that you out here cheating and sleeping with everything.
No, but I'm saying, do you expect her? I didn't ask if she's gonna be there. I'm asking, do you expect that? It's a different question.
I mean, yeah, we might expect it, like, in...
And why? Okay, so you expect it, but why do you expect that?
I'm just saying, like...
But why?
What you mean, why? Why else are you here?
Because what do you mean?
Why else are you here?
Me, specifically, right here in this conversation.
No, period. Like, the woman. Why is she there? Like, let's just be real.
Okay.
Especially in dating. Y'all fucking with a nigga off potential. Because, you know, when you date, you ain't met him at his peak. So, like, why are you there? Because you want to achieve that potential. Now, you might go through some bullshit before he gets there. But at the end of the day, if you stuck with him through that shit, you'll be damned if another chick finna sit there and reap the benefits of his grind when you held him down doing that grind.
Because as a woman, for me, that's the ego.
That's what y'all do, though. But you said you were raised different, so you might not think like average women. But I'm telling you how these women out here think.
But that's what I'm saying,
majority.
like...
Or just as a majority that I've seen and experienced.
No, 1,000%. I think it's still with me, too.
You're not going to check for me if I ain't got shit going on.
I mean, if you a nigga...
If I ain't got no motion, then...
Okay, if you're a nigga making 20 bands and I'm making 50, it don't equate. No.
Right.
No.
So, but if I'm a nigga that's making, like you said, 150,000,
but it has to make sense. If I'm a gal that's making 20 bands and you make a little 25, I might could check for you. But 50 and 20 don't make sense.
I mean,
it doesn't make it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
In Atlanta, you're not talking to that nigga. Like, give me a more realistic ratio. Like, real shit. 50 and 20 ain't conversing.
No, it's not. Okay. And so what? 70 and...
No. Give me that. Like,
I'm saying a nigga making 6.
Right now. Give me like 50-40. Give me 50-40.
A nigga making 60.
As a man?
50 to woman, the nigga making 40.
That's what I said. A nigga making 60 and she making what?
85.
85.
That's if I can see your core, that's cool.
We single. We got shit to do. Somebody might be hitting my line. Shit.
Right. When the dick call, I gotta answer.
Fuck
Hello.
You gonna come cuddle with me, baby?
Fuck no.
Your intent is to be in a relationship, and it's like he's like, I can't be with you.
Oh, well, I'll meet him at the end if we are supposed to be together. I don't want to wait on you. We just talked about this.
I'm loyal. I respect that, and if I really fuck with you,
I think it's because of my age
I'm
and
not
where I am in
saying-
life. Like,
Okay,
how long
listen.
I'm waiting?
you don't think I'm waiting, but I know I'm
I got
waiting, but
eggs
I'm
that's
not
gonna
waiting.
shrivel
waiting.
up.
Eggs is gonna shrivel up my ass. I ain't got nothing to worry about that.
That's what I'm saying. So you could probably wait a little bit longer than me.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do my thing on the side.
I would respect him. And honestly, if I'm being real, I'm still fuck with you because he was honest. But like, I'm not gonna put a lot of weight on us potentially like dating for real because that's kind of scary. I respect your hustle though, and if it was me, double standards, I would want you to wait for me. But like I said, I still fuck with you if you're honest. But in the back of my mind, like, it's a possibility that this won't work because I don't know how long it's gonna take him to.
You know, I had a guy try me like
empire.
Why are you choosing business over relationship?
I feel like it just depends on the situation. Because, like, me, personally, I have a genuine relationship with all my clients.
Right.
It's not just like when guys see girls link up, they just think like, oh yeah, girls are sitting there, like, just gossiping about guys, this, that, and that. I have a genuine relationship with all my clients.
Right.
The shit that I can talk about with my clients, I can't talk about with my man because certain shit is like you're not gonna be able to understand because you're a man at the end of the day.
You gotta give him a chance though.
But it's certain stuff like, yes, like, don't get me wrong, yes,
You gotta give them a chance. If you want some solid shit though.
Yes, but certain stuff like girls are just it's just like if you were to talk to your homeboys about certain shit.
Yeah.
You and your homeboys gonna be able to relate because guys just think differently than girls. Y'all can sit there and understand, yes, but y'all not gonna feel like women are emotional creatures.
Like, yeah, I've been raised in the sense of like catering to. I'm Caribbean, so it's like catering to. Like, we make your food first, we iron your clothes. Like,
and if he come up after you done held him down after all that, you don't want to miss that. You held him down when he wasn't shit. You saw his potential.
I agree
when he
in that
went
sense,
shit.
but also I feel like there's a certain sense that comes before that, where it's like a woman has to know herself, just like a person has to know themselves. Like, you have to know yourself. Like, if a woman is cheating on you and just being reluctant and just da-da-da, everybody has a fine line.
You live here, right? Because this is Unspoken ATL, right?
Okay, I live in it, yeah.
It's hard for women here to be patient. Not because, like, y'all don't have options, but, like, it's so many niggas out here with bread that's at y'all neck. So
I can't say that though because I grew up in a household where I never saw conditional love. I never saw that. I never saw conditional love. It was never like, oh, so you do this and you do that and I'm out. It's like we're gonna work through everything that we're going through. Does that make sense? So I don't have the same ideals. I don't have the same thought process because it's like if you fuck up, you're not imperfect to me.
But you live in the world, because like I think different from a lot of men, but like I live in the world, so that don't mean I don't see what's going on.
I mean, you see what's going on, but at the end of the day, like, am I gonna put you with what's going on? Because there's 8 billion people in the world. Like, you could be where everybody else is at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna choose you, I'm gonna make you special, right? Like, I choose you, so now you're special to me. That's not easily written off. Does that make sense? Like, other than that, then what's the point? Like, I could be with every other nigga. We could be doing a whole rotation. Like, what are you here for? If I'm gonna choose you, like, you're special to me, and we're gonna do this.
Have you chosen someone yet?
I mean, I've chosen somebody. There's nobody chosen right now, but I have chosen somebody.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Look, keep this. I'm just letting you know, like.
You can say what you want to say.
In today's culture, it's the real ass bitch give a fuck about her. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta.
Listen.
It's different women for different topics. It's not my topic.
It is different women for different.
Okay. Let's just keep Let's just keep it a buck. We all chase and we all look for people that realistically we may can never reach.
Right.
Men are attracted to a certain type of woman.
Certain
status of a woman.
Right.
So, you know, these BBL gals is the girls that's hitting. Y'all niggas like them. So you think that you need to be on
booty, baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's you. But a lot of guys, you're maybe one out of the however many.
I'm gonna have to pay for that BBL.
Yeah, okay. But like I feel like a lot of men look for a certain type of, they feel like they have to please a certain class of women. Mm-hmm. And that class of women is what we see so often on social media.
But when they start getting relationships, niggas know like, all right.
Okay, but girls do that all the time. A lot of girls lose their friendship over a relationship because it's like I want to be up underneath my man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly, ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's still like, okay, you get so caught up in a relationship and you just so my man. You kind of lose like your train of thought. Like you can't really think clear because it's like all you think about is your man. So sometimes you need a female there that's going to sit there and be like, just think how a female is going to think on an emotional type of level. Because
so what is it going to take for you to get past that and be like, all right, I'm gonna give it to the chance then?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about what is it's gonna take for you, what you need to see in order for you to be like, all right, I'm finna switch that and be like, all right, I'm finna confide in him.
If he give me a safe space.
Okay.
A lot of guys don't understand, like, when girls talk about certain stuff to guys, it's you nagging, you complaining, you just being emotional. If I sit there and talk to my homegirls about it, it's like, yeah, girl, you got every right to feel that type of way because they can understand you on an emotional level. A lot of men don't have emotional intelligence.
They gotta, you gotta, emotional intelligence, but you
That's
gotta.
very
It's a maturity thing though,
That's
because it's also a thin line between that too though, because girls don't like niggas that's too emotional as well though. Like, so you got
to an extent. I feel like that it got to get to that point where y'all are both emotionally there with each other. Y'all feel like y'all can talk to each other without it being.
So you basically you haven't gotten close with anybody to that level.
No.
Right.
With that type of emotional intelligence, no.
Okay.
Because to men, it's just a woman is nagging.
Yeah.
She's complaining. You're being a crybaby, and it's like it's not that. If you look at it in my perspective, you will understand that I have every right to feel how I feel.
Yeah.
A lot of guys aren't like that.
I got you.
I had a guy try me like that. He tried, like, he was really in his business, but he thought I was fine enough. Like, he stopped me on the side of the street. He was like, ooh, I need to holler at you. I was like, ooh. You know, for gay niggas, I'm like, oh, you ain't scared to see me in the okay. All right. And so he hit me up, but he was like really, really into his music career, like really into his shit. So I was just like, okay, well, can we fuck at least? Because you look like you might be a good fuck.
That's
and
what
he
I'm
never
on.
would, because he was like a spiritual nigga. Like, oh my God.
What did he want you to do?
He just wanted to like talk and get to know me.
While he pursued his music.
Right, so it was like choppy a little bit, and I'm just like,
See, I don't like that anymore.
we can just go ahead and fuck a little bit.
Yeah.
And if we fuck a little bit, you might be a little bit more interested.
Yeah. I feel like it's selfish for me to say, no, fuck you and your business. I'm out this bitch. Like, I really
would
feel like
never.
it's selfish. But at the end of the day, like, it's a cutoff. If I do accept those terms, I'm going to wait for your business. There's a cutoff. It's like years, bro. No. If we was married, yeah.
I get it.
Is it necessary?
You said compromise and what?
Is it necessary? Okay.
So like, in order to like find love, do you have to compromise your
I think to a certain capacity, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Because like, I've been in situations where I haven't done that, and I'm not gonna say sacrifice myself, but I haven't put myself first.
Right.
And then I end up in like the backside of your dreams, and like now I'm passenger seat to what you want to do, and it's like, damn, I wish I would have done this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like when you are working with like your dreams, your potential, it's about you. That's nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing I feel about like love. Like we're like individuals first, and then we're merging as one. So if you got your own career, your own life, your own like lane that you're in, that's you. That has to be authentically you. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that 100%. What I do is different from what you do. You know what I'm saying? I might be an author, a writer. You may be a writer for something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, you have to be authentic in that. Like, we can't combine to the point where we don't know who is who.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, what? Like, how are you leading me? As a man, how are you leading me? And as a woman, how am I like submitting to you if we're in the same bubble?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Kinda.
Just like women be trying to go for, you know, maybe your Michael B's or whatever, like a certain class of a nigga.
Yeah.
And it's not realistic. So at the end of the day, yeah, like looks is cool. I mean, of course, I need to be physically and sexually attracted to my partner.
Mm-hmm.
But once all of that withers away, baby, if we gonna do this thing for life, at 80, you might not look like that nigga you did at 35. So I feel like core for me, as I've gotten older, I will say when I was younger, I definitely fell for the looks thing. But also too, I feel like a lot of guys that I dealt with that I was attracted to, a lot of them wanted to just, I gotta build my career, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I love your vibe, you know, but
that shit add on though.
No. See, no. Because if you're not confident I'm saying if you're not confident as a man in the amount of money that you're making, you will veer somewhere. You go somewhere else. Because you just not.
You got options though if you're making a certain amount of money though, right?
If you're not, like, my thing is, I could be a bitch and be like, I want to be with you. I like you. I don't give a fuck where the hell this go.
Right.
But if you as a man is not comfortable with your status right then at that moment, I gotta go. I'm not comfortable right now.
That's real.
I don't feel like I can give you what I think you deserve. So you making a decision for me because I'm telling you what I think I'm comfortable with. And if it just don't work out, it just don't work out.
I got you. What you got, Tope?
Do you think the right partner will keep you focused? So like you saying that
We were
like
just talking about that. No, keep going.
But like, cause like you were saying, we was having a side conversation.
You
so
good?
I might have missed it.
You okay?
Cause you were talking about like choosing business over relationships, and mostly because of how women are and stuff. But if that woman is someone who is helping to keep you focused, and like, would you like miss out on the opportunity to be with like a good woman just so your business can
No, it's different between I'm in a relationship, and I'm starting a business, and I'm single and starting a business and adding somebody to that. That's two different things. Like it's just like because you're seeing me like go through it. You know what I'm saying? You hear my ideas when I first started, little shit. So it's like you know all of that. So because you know all of that, and through that you might be giving me ideas of how to start it, or what I need to do, who I need to call, who I should bring on to help out, shit like that. So through that, I would be more prone to the relationship side of it. But if I've already started something by myself and I'm bringing something into that, or I feel like I need to be at a certain level to be able to upkeep who I'm talking to or who I want to talk to, that's different. Like, cause that's a.
Well, you chose her.
I feel like that's what fuck a lot of people up. Like, you like somebody, yeah, I might like you, yeah, I might fuck with you, but you said earlier, you're not in the business of having nobody that's chasing their pipe dream type shit. We're not equally yoked. I might love you to fucking death and think the world of you. You're out of my league. I need to look elsewhere if I want to like not compromise on my business and not compromise on my relationship. Because if I find somebody where I am, which is the pipe dream phase, but you got some shit in the works, but it still ain't just like busted out the bando yet, you will understand more. We can like, I feel like we could not have to compromise too much and still grow ourselves together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely understand. That's very selfish of me to say because I think I'm saying that because I've done it before.
Exactly.
And it's not fair to the new person for me to be like, oh, I gave the last
I mean, but
person
your options are your options. Yours, like, what you want to date is it's a preference.
Okay.
So don't apologize for your preference. I don't think that's selfish.
I just feel like it's all about logic.
Okay.
Like,
no, it's
I
not.
do. It
It's not
is
about
like
all logic.
it has to be about
but where
logic.
do the emotions come in though?
The emotions come
Okay.
in, but like you have to include logic in the situation. And
but logic is included.
I'm just saying. I'm speaking from experience. Been married
Okay.
12 years.
Let me listen.
My wife has been up, and I've been down.
Okay.
Then you know what I'm saying. I've been up, and she's been down. When you're working for a bigger goal, it's not always about like, you know what I'm saying, exactly what your dreams are. If you're in something with another person, you get what I'm saying. Sometimes it's about like what makes sense right now for us to propel ourselves forward.
Yeah.
Hey, like I might have these ambitions and I might be here, but damn, you got a hell of an opportunity. If it's sustainable, I might have to put my pride aside and say, hey, yeah, you know, we going here. I get that for you. I'll pick up where I left off. I feel like a lot of people don't put that into perspective. And you know what I'm saying, particularly men, because we're prideful creatures, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know some guys who might have passed up on golden opportunities where their life might be better, but they didn't want to go behind their lady, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you bring logic into the situation, and like I said, I ain't saying I'm hella different. There's probably a lot of guys that think about me, but like, I don't believe in double standards. I definitely believe in reciprocity in a relationship.
Yeah.
So like, I can look at the logic in the situation, which is why there's been situations where my wife has been the trailblazer. Hell, I moved away from home and was hell bent on staying away from home.
Okay.
She got a good job here. We're back here, and we've been here, you know. And like right now, we're in a situation where I'm doing well.
Yeah, but I also got to maintain it.
But no, but what I'm saying is,
What you mean?
like, cause you made the point of like keeping yourself up so that way you can like keep the relationship going with the type of person that person might be as far as like maybe taking care of her or whatever. But like you chose a woman who was like that.
No, I get what you're saying. Like I chose that, so I know what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly.
But it's like you also gotta go with it. I'm trying to provide.
Okay.
Nowadays, we just talked about it.
Who is?
What it's like, basically, what you saying? It's like basically, all right, why don't I choose a woman that go 50-50 with me? How many women go 50-50 with me?
Find the one who will.
A lot of women will though. That's the thing.
But that's not okay. Yeah, we can say that, and you might be right though.
But do those women really make themselves approachable and really like?
Yeah, like.
You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna lie, I meet a lot of women that's like that. Because I'm around a lot of like, I guess you call like boss women. A lot of them women that really be out there doing like that, they give off like, I don't need no nigga vibe.
But my thing is, if a man come and I see how he coming and he doing what he gotta do, An independent boss ass woman, period, point blank, gonna fall in line. She gonna do what she gotta do, period, point blank.
But if you see my potential, you can't hold me down.
I don't have a problem with that, depending on what this holding down includes.
I was gonna say if it was the reverse, like.
Who? If a guy?
Yeah.
I'm talking about paying for a few days. Like I might tell you.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have an issue with that. I've never been the type of girl to be like, we going on 6 days, you pay for all 6. If I want to go out, I got you. Let's go out. Let's just go catch a vibe. I got it. Me. Like I'm not the type of girl that go for the divvy for the dad. Like I want you to pay for every date we go on. Even if I invite you out for the vibe, I'm not telling you to pay for it. If I invited you out and I asked you to come out with me and join me, it's my treat. But a lot of people are not like that. And a lot of women would expect now in this culture, would expect men to pay for every day, even if they say like, hey, let's go to Put Shack.
But just like chivalry wise, though, like.
And I get that, but that's what I'm saying. And a lot of times I've ran into niggas who are really like real niggas, which I commend you on that.
Right.
And they don't feel
especially
comfortable.
If I'm making a certain amount of money.
So there are guys where they may just not feel comfortable with having a woman pay for that. Right. Because they're not comfortable with, you know what I mean?
Take a back seat. Let her pay.
So, I mean, but now guys are kind of getting hip to that. But back then, like the guys that I used to meet that I was...
That shit a turn on me.
Very, very attracted to. They just wasn't really on that type of time.
If I was younger, yeah.
Preference through experience.
If we were married, yeah, because I have an ankle. This is my husband. We're gonna be together, but I don't feel like it's fair to me to put all of the energy into a maybe. I could believe in you all day, but like me waiting around for that to come into fruition, I just don't know if I could do
Kiss
that.
my ass on that is what I say.
I'll fuck with you. I'll talk to you. Exactly, and I think that's why I'm selfishly saying what I'm saying.
How long you do that shit for?
I don't even want to say it out loud.
Ooh, say it. I'm gonna tell you my time.
What's that I film?
No, say the time. Mine was 8 years, solid 8 years. The bitch was with a little dick, was hitting on shit, and that man was doing all type of shit, bitch. I'm talking about running my ass down through the mud.
Baby.
I almost fought in my job, ho.
I feel on survival, bitch.
Listen! Girl, took my credit down through there. I was looking stressed out. Mama over there in the corner like, I told you.
Through the valleys.
Like,
took the credit through the valleys.
Girl.
And that is why I said no. Like, that's cool. Do your shit and pop off. Come back to me if you still fucking with me when we done. Like, when you done with shit. But like right now, no. I ain't fucking with it.
Potential is limited. And it's a blurred line between potential. You could be really stupid with the potential word, right? But if I know the nigga that you are and the core that you are and I know what you're working to, I don't have a problem supporting you in that.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times a lot of times guys, I don't want to say shoot themselves in the foot, but they just put business so to the forefront. Like I never can understand why y'all can't multitask.
I don't know. Some women ain't got shit going on but looks, and they just like shit. All right, nigga, you got the bag, shit. Like what you saying, like nigga, you gotta do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? So why?
But then that's on you as a nigga choosing the bitch. Don't choose her.
So that's what I did.
But I'm saying niggas will. I hate
at that point it's like when a nigga put their business before trying to be with a motherfucker that ain't finna contribute to what I got going
as
on.
a man, y'all have really good. Y'all are logical. You have very good insight on.
But we stupid as fuck though.
Y'all think it's y'all dig, but y'all logical.
So you do agree that like your career kind of in a sense comes first, not like it comes first before your family, blah 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 blah. Cause it does, low key in a way. Cause how am I gonna provide my family if I don't have?
Yeah, I feel like the world operates how it operates. You need money.
You need money. That's what I'm saying. If we were in a perfect world where we could just not care about money and it was just like, free living, then okay, what it is. But at the end of the day, like, I think it's like you said, like it's different levels to it, and it's also like a balance. Like if you're up and I'm down, then you take care of me while I'm down. If I'm up and you're down, I'm gonna take care of you while you're down.
But you gotta fuck with that person. But I feel like
but then again, it's like
I feel like but I just feel like the pressure is definitely on men though to prove to you first that
I do agree. Yeah. But then it's also like
if that's the but hold on before you go forward. No. If you gonna agree, then that's why we prioritize our careers
over the relationship.
Okay, because
I'm talking about on being approachable.
Yeah, trying to
to get to that point.
Like like he's saying, like you're saying you already made your mind that he's the one, so you want to back him up. But he's talking about doing like the dating stages of like.
But even the dating stages, like if you pay attention to what a man talking, I'm like yes, a lot of guys just be talking. That I didn't realize that a lot of guys just be talking, but it's like if you in the dating stages, like if I see like you really going to work every day, you really like putting your all into your business and all of that type of stuff, but it's like you still make time for me, and it's like you still do what you got to do like for me to like keep me, you know, like in line with you. Yes, a woman, period, like it. A leader has to be in you. You can't like that's not something that you just learn. So if you lead, baby, I'm gonna follow every single time. I don't give a fuck if I just met you. I'm gonna follow because I see how you coming.
Yeah.
I'm an independent ass woman, so I don't know, period, point blank. Like if you come in and you doing what you gotta do, I can't like I'm the type of girl that you gotta basically tell me like sit the fuck down and let me handle this shit. Sit the fuck down and let me handle this shit.
So alright, this is hella off topic, but I actually saw this on Twitter. So what I think is more. So your daddy and your husband, they arguing. Your daddy say sit down, and your husband say go to the car. What you doing?
Going to the car. You said the husband go to the car.
Your daddy said sit down, and your husband said go to the car.
I don't know. For a man to even marry me, hold on, wait. For a man to even like convince me to marry them, like you gotta do a lot of shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. You gotta do a lot of shit. So if you my husband, clearly like I trust you. Like I trust your judgment. Like whatever it is. So if you tell me to go sit in the car, baby, I'm gonna go sit in the car.
And you just gonna call
Daddy, I'm gonna holler at you later. Like I'm gonna go sit in the car. Because it takes a lot. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take a lot for a man to be like get on his knees and say, "Will you marry me?" No, get the fuck up, baby. No. Like it's gonna take a lot to convince like me to marry you. So if I say I do, I'm gonna trust your judgment, like whatever it is.
Okay, so the husband part is what this.
Yeah. Husband and boyfriend, two different things.
Nah. I ain't fucking with it.
Well, listen, if you fine enough and you loyal enough,
you're not a fucking lunatic. I'm sorry, this is your shit. My bad.
Nah, I was gonna say I fuck with you, pipe dream. I fuck with the
man, but for how fucking long though, bruh? How long?
I give you 1.5 years. And
but you can't tell him that. You can't tell him that. They got to be like an internal timer.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you ain't made no shit pop in that time.
Not you use me as a placeholder. That's my fear, bro. You're not using me as a placeholder, bro.
You don't know that. I don't give a fuck. You don't know that. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. In my mind, yeah, okay, you're chasing your dream. Woo, yay, I love you, babe. Ooh, all that good shit. After 1.5 years, if you still on the same page of that same motherfucking dream, bitch is out the door. Do you understand me? Because I need to see some motherfucking progression. If I finish my motherfucking second, listen, progression. I know funds take a little minute to come, but progression.
So, I mean, like, it could be a sex thing, but as far as, like, longevity, I feel like a lot of men just kind of, you miss out on decent women. You know what I mean? Trying to, it sounds so crazy to say you miss out on good women trying to chase the bag. I'm not saying that you shouldn't chase the bag, but I'm saying that you should be able to multitask the both. I don't feel like you should want to get to a certain stature.
Yeah.
So where you're too high on the ladder, to where now you're attracting these women that are looking for you to pay for you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're starting to attract the wrong type of woman whereas you could took a bitch back in the day that would have been alright doing dining in the crib and y'all eating on the couch and watching Netflix. You know what I mean? Now you at a ladder where women are like, no.
Right.
Huh? Or women are like, absolutely not. You got it. But been the one that orchestrated the entire day. Or you go somewhere and a woman, you ask a female, you got the tip? No. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, just don't contribute shit.
Nothing. So it's like it gets into this realm where I feel like a lot of successful men end up, I don't want to say settling, but I'll say settling for like.
That's what it is, spade to spade.
Like, women that they can really just take care of and just manipulate and control who they want to control.
But that's why I say once you accumulate a certain amount of money, like
that's what's
at that
available.
point, right? That's what's available.
And that's not what you. Why would you want that? Why would you want a woman that's just there for your status and your money?
Because you know what you're gonna get at the end of the day.
That's not, but that's not. Oh,
the
how long that's gonna work?
It's gonna work for as long as you willing to foot the bill. Goddamn shit.
No, so I do I feel like men choose business over money? I mean, over relationships, absolutely. Do I feel like they should? Hell no.
Just to get some context too. If you're getting married, usually like marriage is like a Christian thing, right? Maybe using the Bible sometimes, not all the time, right? But if you are a believer in Christianity, in the Bible it says once you become married, your parents are now your relatives, not your family. So you don't have to listen to your parents no more once you're married. You're supposed to listen to your spouse. You're supposed to listen to each other.
So your answer is you go to the car too.
I'm going to the car.
I'm taking my ass to the car, baby, because
I don't sleep with my daddy.
Yeah, daddy, I'ma holler at you. I apologize, but I'm gonna take my ass to the car because my husband told me to take my ass to the car, baby. Take my ass to the car.
Hey, that's a good question.
Hey, you gotta get the husband status, man.
Exactly, it take a lot to get to the husband status. Boyfriend, like it's like, man, you tripping, like, cause I'm still comparing little shit that my daddy do compared to you, like. You get what I'm saying? Like, no.
You look for things your man that your dad did for you?
What you mean? What you
like when you look at your man.
I feel like as I'm getting older, certain shit I do compare it back to my dad.
Yeah.
Like, if I go to the airport, my daddy not gonna like. You know how like you call somebody you at the airport, you like, yeah, I'm outside. They like, okay, yeah, I'm 15 minutes.
Yeah.
My daddy would never.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of people, like my dad, if he pull up to the airport, he getting out the car. I don't care if I got a little carry-on bag. My daddy gonna get out the car, put my carry-on bag in the car, give me a hug, give me a little kiss on the head, and take his ass back on the driver's side and going about his business.
Right.
I done had guys pull up, park the car. I'm like, damn, bitch, you ain't finna open the door for me? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? So yes, as I'm getting older, I compare a lot of shit to my daddy because it's like my daddy would never.
Yeah.
I'm so, like, yeah, like you can't help but to compare. Like, if you had a mama that cooked, cleaned your drawers, folded your clothes, like, you not gonna compare your bitch to that? You gonna expect your bitch to sit there, fold your clothes, cook your meal, clean the house, make sure the kid, like, that just comes with it.
I do not think that the right partner will boost you. Like, so if you got some business going on and you got some business going on, if you're even dating the right person, they're not gonna let you just like slack off and be distracted by it.
That's what I'm saying. If you have
the right person,
if you have your person, right?
And if you don't agree, explain.
Because I think that, like, okay, cool. So what do you do outside of like creating? Like, what, like, if you, I was talking about you as a person. Who are you as a person? What do you do? What do you like? What do you indulge in? What do you see like fruitful for you in this lifetime?
All the shit I do, I like and I want to do costs money. So like,
no, but like, let's take away money for a second. Like, look at me, in my eyes. Take away money.
Yeah.
No, but let's be for real. Take away money. Like, take away money. What do you want in this lifetime besides bread? Fame, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the bullshit.
I just want financial freedom.
Okay. Okay, now you're financially free. What do you want after that?
To just like
see, people haven't even thought that far. Though.
No, I have. Like,
okay,
I probably like golf. I spoil my kids.
Okay,
travel a lot.
You said kids before a woman, so like,
cause
where are we?
If I'm financially free, she's wherever the fuck she want to be. We're financially free.
But that's what I'm saying. But do you want to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you want, like, because I have to ask the question then, like, do you want love? Like, do you want to be in a relationship? Because it changes the whole dynamic. If you don't care about it, it's a different conversation. If you do care about it, it's a whole different conversation.
Nah, it's not.
But I feel like a lot of people that are married, I can't speak, but they suppress their dreams. So, like, for the family,
fuck that.
For the husband, for the kids.
You stupid. I'm not suppressing shit. I'm not suppressing shit. Because the whole time when you suppress shit, you're gonna have resentment for the people that you suppress for. And then what the fuck if I have a heart attack next year? If I have a fucking heart attack next year and the bitch is laid up and can't move her right side, now you would have wished you would put your ass out there and did the motherfucking swimming contest. like you fucking wanted to. Now you would never be a swimmer because your ass wanted to suppress your dreams for this nigga.
And
who's
them
sitting over there
kids
fucking
and that
Shirley
dog
down the road.
and
These ungrateful ass kids fucking failing school. Girl, bad. I'm not suppressing shit. That's why I said you better find somebody on your same level, bitch.
That's true. Now you can find somebody. I'm not saying I would never do it. I'm not saying I would never do it, but today, right now, at this moment, like I am not fucking with that shit, bro.
My girl is established, okay? So if you're not established, she's not gonna establish with. We're not raising our boys.
Like that's cute. Okay. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
I buy your product. Support Black business.
But
I got a question. In this day and age, women are quickly becoming the greater success over men. Do you think the tide is changing and women are starting to do the same thing, or?
Yeah, I actually do feel like women are now being able to meet their partner on the same level. Or however may be making more than their mate. Which I don't think that there's an issue with that. I'm not a male, so I can't speak on what the complex could feel in a man who's dating.
It depends on how you.
Yeah, how confident you are
as
right.
a man. Like,
right.
Yeah.
But I do feel like
if you got it, you got it. Shit.
With me having my own business and making a good amount of money, I do feel like I run into niggas that we might be equal and may make a little bit more than me. And I think that they still feel as though, like, to me, money isn't submission. I'm not submitting to you because you make a certain amount of money. And I feel like a lot of men that make a certain tier feel like because I make this, you should submit to me.
But that's providing though, ain't it? Like if you
no,
make
but
a certain,
that doesn't.
How are you looking at
that's providing though. If I make a certain amount of money, I'm providing for you to be able to.
That's fine, but
like,
that doesn't.
Can he be your lover and your best?
So when I say making a certain amount of money in submission, I don't equate me submitting to you based off of money. I equate submitting to a man based on how he can lead me in a relationship or in a marriage. Okay. Your money don't mean like. I think we're in this world or in this culture of money just being the main trajectory, and it's not. Like that money can go just as quick as it comes.
Depending on how you obtain it.
It doesn't. No. We're not talking about obtaining and sustaining. We're talking about pandemics. We're talking about being. If you're a 9-to-5er, if you're a business owner that requires you to be on your foot, and then a pandemic comes around,
but like how pandemic was a certain point in life.
And guess what? Those niggas who lost their job. Guess what? Those niggas who lost their job in 2020, they're still just now getting back on their feet 3 years later.
Right, but it's still the aspect of I have to take care of you at some point.
Which then, if you no longer have the money, you're leading me. So then, yes, I'm still submitting.
Do you think you have to compromise chasing your dreams in order to have a relationship?
I don't think you have to compromise it. But like we were saying though, you just gotta it gotta be a balance, and you also gotta have a reach.
Like you can do both.
I feel like you can do both.
How can you balance the two? Like
somebody gotta be successful. You can't both be trying to do that shit at the same time.
I don't think it's an issue with both of y'all trying to do it at the same time.
But that's a relationship. That's a relationship though.
Yeah,
I feel like
you
that's
can
a
definitely make
relationship.
your own money.
A relationship is gonna be like what she said. It's gonna be somebody
50-50.
gonna be. Like you said, 80-20, 60-40,
yeah.
50-50.
I mean, I think
it's gonna be, a difference in status at some point.
Yep.
Because to her point, like you never know when the tide is gonna turn.
Yep.
To where you on the bottom and she on the top, or vice versa, and you just gotta be able to adapt to. I still gotta, hold this person down, but at the same time, I still gotta do for myself.
It's tough because it's tough because I haven't been in a relationship long enough to even get to that point. But I feel like in order to sustain that, certain obstacles you're gonna have to go through. But I do feel like when you get to a point where you are happy or you are intent with how your life is going, there's nothing wrong with just settling down with somebody that actually fuck with you. But you also, if you blessed enough to be able to find somebody through that while you're going through that, I feel like that's lovely. But for the ones that's already been successful and have been with somebody for a long time, I'm assuming, I feel like, because Tom Brady 1-1, so I don't feel like every nigga.
Man, you still talking about Tom Brady.
I think that chasing dreams, and I feel like couples can push each other. If, dreams aren't overnight, so they take a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of dedication. Your 5 years, what you think may happen in 5 years may happen in 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like nobody knows when that dream is gonna happen. We see people like these big greats like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey didn't start until like he was 42.
Right.
But he was doing comedy and he was being at these clubs and all this, you know, like he finally made it, but he made it at a later age. So like,
but do you feel like somebody's dreams got to be put on pause in order for that other person
to be, everybody got their own story. Like, I don't feel like nobody should force you to put your dreams on pause, but guess what? Women get pregnant. Yeah. I could be chasing a dream and get pregnant. As a man, I could be chasing a dream and get in an accident and now I'm injured I mean, like, shit happens. Nobody, our stories are already written, so we don't know where it's gonna turn at.
Like, with financial freedom, bro, you go after what you want. Like, real shit. But, like, the grind might have
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
the
what
grind
do you
might,
want? Do you want to be in love?
What you mean?
Do you want to be in love? It's so simple.
I feel like that's a single nigga question. Like, I'm already in
I
love.
asked you a single question. Do you want to be in love?
Shit, I'm in love.
So you are in love?
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So if I'm financially free, she financially free too. So I'm looking out for me. Like she can look out for her. Spend the bread on what you want to spend the bread on. I'm spending bread on what I want to spend the bread on. We in this bitch. But I get what you're saying. Like as a guy, as somebody dating, in the aspect of the question that has been asked for the show, as somebody dating, if you two in the midst of your relationship become financially free, that woman should be a priority if she's not already been claimed. You get what I'm saying? Like asking me that question, I already got a ring. She already included, we financially free. She probably had something to do with it. Yeah, but I'm saying like in a relationship, if you've been working together and you gain that financial freedom, of course, like if it's just y'all two and you had got married, that's probably the first thing a man to say, oh, we done gained this financial freedom. I've been dating her, she the one. I'm finna give her whatever the fuck she want for the wedding. We having the best wedding.
That's what I'm saying, like.
But y'all ain't live life. I done live life.
How do you trust when you get yourself together? So like, let's say you been in a relationship, you like, I need to get my shit together, Get your shit together. You're so far down the line. You're up. How do you trust that who you are? Like, do you even trust to get in a relationship at that point? Because that person might not want you for you. Now, somebody might have wanted you when you was broke.
That's a good question.
You don't know if it's for you or for your money.
I didn't think of it that way.
No, because if you really worked on yourself and to get yourself to where you're supposed to be, as a man, you should be able to discern those. Like, I can tell if I'm hanging out with a chick that don't give a fuck, or, you know, as a guy, you can tell when you're hanging out with somebody that don't give a fuck whether you got $1 million or $1 type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like she really or he really just really rocking with you. You should be able to discern it if you fixed yourself. Like, yeah, and that through little shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like my first 5, I might have $500,000 in the bank. Our first 5 dates might be on some chilly shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you fuck with me through some chilly shit and we have some dope ass conversation and like chill and shit, and then I'm like, I know you might be for me. If you ain't researched me and already know who the fuck I am and know what I'm about. You still gotta watch because this is snake ass hoes out here. Like people will research you and be like, oh, so I'm gonna play the long game on you. You looking for love. Ooh, I'm gonna play the long game on your ass. Run that shit.
I don't think submitting comes with money. And a lot of men use their money as a flag to wave like, bitch, I make this amount. You should submit to me. Right. And I don't feel like I don't know. Why? Huh?
I mean,
because yes, we can come from a $300,000 household to a $100,000 household real quick. Somebody can lose their shit up out of here.
Right.
And then what we doing?
Somebody got to pick up the slack.
So if, say for instance, you lose your job and then I still have mine, if you're able to still lead this household how I need it to be led, absolutely, submit. I got you. No problem.
So you got to be able to hold it down regardless.
That's what leading is. That's what providing is. Providing just doesn't come with money. And that's where a lot of people are jaded at. They think providing comes with money. Providing can come. A man could be a stay-at-home dad.
I was gonna say, so you believe in stay-at-home dad?
I'm not gonna say I don't believe in that. But it is what it is. Like if you're a stay-at-home dad,
if he doing what he needs to do,
if it allows our household to work how it needs to work, absolutely.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna say that there's just something like, oh yeah, please stay home there, sure. Let me work all day. No, I'm not saying that. But for some people it works, and I don't knock that. But providing doesn't come with monetary value.
No, you can't say. You can't say.
I can tell you me personally how it happened. I know because I wasn't looking, and she caught me like in my
Okay,
prime.
but how did she catch you?
That's what I'm saying.
What
Let me elaborate. Okay. So like, it starts off where you meet her and you're interested, but you have a roster, and then just speaking from experience, so
maybe like you have a roster.
So but when you bring her around, you feel different. When she's around, you notice things are different.
Yeah.
When you bring her to your spot, you notice, hey, the house feels different when she's here. You start
remembering different facts about her that you never remember about anybody else.
Different shit like that. Dang. And then for me, honestly, I was raised like pretty traditional.
Okay.
And I wanted a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I got to a certain part in life where I wanted a baby early.
Like, I need a kid ASAP.
Yeah. And like not saying she checked all the boxes, but like it's a lot that we had going on.
Settle? Because when you say
no. We have been I'm saying we have been living it. No, not settled. Like she might feel like I trapped her because like I identified all the characteristics of a good woman, and I told myself like, yeah, there's no reason I shouldn't have a baby right now and marry her. So I did that at 21. Yeah, I was like, like she checks all the boxes.
At 21?
Yeah.
Like, how were you like mentally developed to do that?
It's a long story.
And I think we have parents, we have grandparents that come from that era.
Right.
Times have changed drastically since they were our age at the time that a $50,000 household could have took care of grandma and them.
Yeah, it did.
Together.
It did.
Combined, right?
It did.
$80,000 household could have took care of your folks and them, your parents and them, right?
And I had 3 other households.
And you got 3 or 4 kids up under that $80,000 household. Nowadays, it's taking a lot more. You know what I mean? Yeah. So at the end of the day, I just don't feel like, I feel like as a businesswoman, I run into the battle of the sexes of, well, I make more money. Why you don't wanna subject to me? Can you lead me, nigga? Fuck what you make. Can you lead me how I need to be led?
Times have changed, gentlemen.
A lot of men feel like they have to be super established though because of the culture that we're in now. Everybody trying to get the check, everybody trying to get the bag, so they have to live up to this certain expectation that the media is portraying. That's crazy.
Because they're scared.
Yeah, they're scared, and then they don't want to get called broke. And then a lot of people, my generation, our generation,
they don't want to get heartbroken.
They don't want to get heartbroken, and then they want to be better than the people before them, their family or whatever. So it's a lot of factors you put in there. Like, I'm trying to break these generational curses, and I can't be a broke nigga. I gotta buy this bag. I gotta get the ring. We were looking at rings earlier. Ooh, child.
And it sounds like y'all hoes out here ain't real. Because if you was a real ass bitch, you know not to ask for that bag, bitch. You need to save that money. Mm-hmm. Wait till after he saved that money.
A lot of them,
and then the next half of the quarter roll around, then he make that money
A lot
back.
of them pretend like they got it though. So I'm gonna ask for it if you act like you got it.
I'm
not gonna ask for it back.
Are you trying to be an actor, motherfucker? Are you Denzel? Motherfucker, we acting like we either got it or you don't.
I don't know. I just feel like if y'all, I'm not gonna get into like a serious like relationship, like marriage type shit if we don't have the same end game. You get what I'm saying? Like you could sit there and I can have my own business, you can have your own businesses. Like, and then you finna work all these years, you successful as hell, but when you see the money coming in, you never gonna wanna stop. Let's be for real. Like if you see consistent money coming in, why you gonna stop?
You shouldn't stop, but you just gotta find a balance. You still gotta just make.
Y'all have to have the same end game. That's the only way that it makes sense. That's the only way. If I sit there and be like, okay, cool, I know you finna go into the league. Like you fire as hell in football, basketball, whatever the hell it is you doing. So I done been there through high school, college, the draft, the league, all of that shit, and it's just like, okay. Hello, how much longer, like, I gotta wait until I can really, like, spend time and, like, be able to enjoy my husband, my partner. For instance, Kobe. We could talk about Kobe. Kobe literally finna retire. His wife is like, thank God, like I finally get to spend time with my husband. He finally get to take the kids to school, all of that type of stuff. And then it's just like, damn. All those years was lost, and it's just like I got to be the one that sit there and hold all this shit down. Like, no, y'all have to have the same end game. That's the only way that it makes sense.
So in conclusion, it makes sure you have an end game.
You have to have an end game.
And it'll work
What
out.
is your goal? What is like when it's like, okay, enough is enough. You getting old, I'm getting old. Like the kids is grown up. Like I still want to be able to spend quality time, family time, go on family vacations. Like we finna get old as hell. Like we finna be in wheelchairs and all. I can't even run around with my kids because you want to be in the league for the rest of your fucking life. No, it don't work like that.
Like you guys want financial freedom. You guys want to feel like the man before a woman can make it like that. It doesn't matter. Like I've met men where I've made them feel like, oh, that man, like I'm feminine enough, I'm this enough, da da da. But it's like if you don't have as a man what you feel like you need to have as a man, you're still mean. You're still angry. You're still not present in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for a man, it's 100% like it's not like a woman. Like a woman can put those on the back burner because a lot of times, like let's be for real.
Taraji P. Henson didn't do that shit and think like a man.
Okay,
she put my nigga Michael Ealy through it. She put my nigga Michael Ealy through it.
That character and that script. That's not real life. You know what I'm saying?
Steve Harvey said it was real life.
In reality, a woman is more likely to submit to a man's dream and go with you. Like, oh, you want to go to Kansas to fulfill your dream? I'm going with you. Than a man will ever do for a woman. It's like, I gotta go to New York to fulfill my dream. Like, you're not gonna put your life on the back burner.
I agree.
1,000%.
That's just for me being a businesswoman. I can't speak for everybody else. I do feel like making a certain amount of money is cool because it does contribute to the household and it does allow us to move how we need to move. But just because you make this big amount of money, it just does not come with, to me, it just does not come with submission.
So I need to make the money and I need to be able to hold this shit completely.
No,
in balance.
you missing it.
I heard you.
No, I said it's not. But that's, thank you. That's what a lot of men a lot of men take money and they feel like that holds them for forever. Or they feel like money, but I don't even need to be a nigga to be able to lead you no type of way. If I make $100,000, you gotta submit to me, period. I make more than you. Okay. Submit to me.
Right.
That was the notion for so many years prior to us.
Right.
Men that made a certain amount of money, women automatically submit to them because they weren't really bringing in much money. They would stay-at-home moms.
Right.
So of course, whatever you say, I got it. But now you meet somebody that may be on your level or somebody that may be making maybe more or neck and neck. What we talking about? Because that money can, that money can go.
Hey, come on,
I'm not gonna act like shit. Let me tell you something right now. Really?
Come on now.
That's like that's like me trying to link. That's like me trying to link with you, and I send you somebody else's dick pic to show up with my dick. You're gonna be like, sir, that's not what you sent me.
That's why we got the scammers, cause they gonna swipe somebody.
Well, shit, as long as I don't go to jail for it. I don't mind the scammer. As long as I don't go to jail for it, I don't mind.
I don't want to be tied to the shit.
Come on,
I gotta
man.
find me some good titties to send. Cause I ain't gonna send mine.
Why not? You ain't got no tattoos around
Not on my
your
titties
too?
now.
So send them titties, shit. Who titties are they? Y'all don't know.
No, fuck that shit.
Y'all don't know. It's titties.
But the thing that get me is they do all of this to impress women and get the bad bitches, but then call bitches like gold diggers. Like, that's what you getting the money for. That's what you scamming for. That's what you fucking getting the PP loans for.
Need
like,
to get rid of that.
Bitch, run me the funds. That's what you did it for.
You need to get that mind. Everybody gonna pay for sex in some kind of way.
In some type of way, whether you taking me to dinner, you cutting my grass, whatever the fuck the case is, you're paying. So
the question is it more pressure on the man to come off as the provider or the woman?
That's not the question.
No, that is the question. Because
question.
that totally defines why men operate the way they do. No, you're not being raised. You're not being raised, or most women aren't being raised and being told you have to trust this guy and love him and pay for him through law school. And you ain't told that.
It's different because I'm Caribbean, so I was raised like that. Like iron the clothes.
No, I'm not talking about in that aspect. Like, I'm talking about in the aspect of what we're talking about. As a man choosing his career over a woman, it's a direct correlation to finances and your financial status.
That's what I'm saying. So say You don't have financial freedom, but you find the woman of your dreams. She's perfect.
I can't do shit for you,
bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The woman that is for you is not even thinking like that's what I'm saying. Women will ride for you to get to where you want to be. That's the whole question. Like men don't think about that shit.
And then what we like, I'm now working. Your money's gone. You don't work no more. I'm now working. How this household being led? What are we doing? You want me to do all the work too?
No.
You get what I'm saying? So it goes into, I think COVID should have put a lot of things in perspective for people because a lot of folks lost their job.
I feel like it did though.
A lot of people lost their job and a lot of business owners lost a lot of money, especially if they were an on foot, in contact type of business. You know what I mean? You think about hairstylists. You think about barbers. You think about people that create clothes, fashion designers.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of money.
Right.
That they just now really kind of getting back on a normal stretch again.
Right.
Because now, we're not really in the time. So does money really matter? It matters. But does it really, really matter?
It's so bad out here. Get your money, bro, because with or without the girl, you'll be straight. And if you do get her, you'll be able to take care of her and live up to whatever standards you have for yourself. You really convinced me. I just probably won't do it, but I think men should get their money, establish themselves, be able to provide for their families, for their wife, or whomever they're dating, their kids. Whether it's wedlock or not, just do your thing. Go off, sir.
I feel like in order to like make this shit work for you, everybody needs to be on their hustle shit. Everybody needs to be on their grind shit. Everybody needs to be somewhere. Before you, honestly, this should happen before you even start dating.
Yes.
That's
what I'm saying. You shouldn't come to me and be like, that. No, you should. The ball should be rolling already.
I'm not even dating, baby. I'm just fucking. You should have yourself, put together a little bit more before you start dating. So that's my advice to you.
And like you said earlier,
get out here,
be on the same page.
Both y'all, get on the same page. Find somebody on your page, baby. Don't find nobody on page 99 and you're on page 57. Stop it.
Get you a hustler.
You're not there yet.
Or somebody that understands the hustle.
Right. Get your match first.
Yeah.
And then after that, what the fuck was I saying?
I cut you off. I don't know.
No, I forgot.
Get your money.
Yes. Be in a comfortable place before you start dating. Like, don't put too much pressure on trying to find somebody and you still up here broke trying to pay your next bill. Wait, baby, it's not your time. Not your time. You gotta figure that out first. Because ain't nobody want that stress coming into that.
They do. They want the stress.
I don't, unless you
want pussy, you want stress.
Long,
same thing.
And that motherfucker better be this motherfucker wide. And you better like eat ass from in and out. Like I'm not.
You know what? You eating ass about what?
From in and out. From in and out.
Why would you be doing that?
Because I'm not doing that other silly shit.
What silly shit?
Getting with somebody I shouldn't be with, bitch.
That's what we fuck most of the time. People we should not be fucking. The businessman. They are the fucking worst. The businessmen are the fucking. These established niggas are the worst, bro. Like internally, like they need help, but the meat be fine. But y'all are some crazy motherfuckers.
You're right. Women will ride for you to get to where you want to be. You want me to tell you the truth though?
Okay, what?
You know why they say women will ride for you to get to where you want to be? Yeah.
Okay.
Because in conclusion, that woman has taken a ride. And it probably wasn't smooth because that man has been chasing that dream to be financially fit enough to be able to pursue a woman in the light that he feels like he can if he wants to have a family.
In conclusion, women, if a man is chasing the dream, leave money alone.
I ain't gonna say that. Because what Rick Ross say? What'd he say? Bitch, you run with me shooting in the gym?
The whole time.
Hey.
The whole time we were talking, he
y'all better rebound for that, man.
No.
Y'all better rebound for that, man.
The whole time we were talking, he basically said,
y'all better rebound for that, man.
Cut it out.
Y'all
So in conclusion, women,
it's a chick out there right now catching passes from Lamar Jackson, and she gonna get paid.
In conclusion, women, it's a doggy world.
It's
a doggy world. So chase your own dreams, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere. How about that?
That's cool. That's cool, but
Chase
just believe.
your dreams, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere.
You ain't getting that ring from that man till he got that, till he where he need to be in his career.
And that's every
financially.
man.
Why are you getting married though?
When nigga in the league, he gonna go from the league to the wheelchair.
Okay, but still, you don't ever know though. That's the thing. Tom Brady, like, you play football, man. What? Okay, but still, it don't matter. It don't matter. All you get old. You training all your life. Now your legs is toned up.
I feel
you can't move how you move for real because it's like you got arthritis and some more shit. Like what? Like what's the point of getting married and having kids and doing all this stuff? It's like you can't even. What's that shit called when you enjoy the fruit of your loom? Like fruits of your labor. Like you doing all this, and then it's like when you actually gonna be able to sit down and really enjoy like the shit that you're doing this shit for.
You right.
So you gotta have the end game. You gotta have the end game.
Have an end game. That's a good. You got me over here thinking, man.
Because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you're asking me to come with you, what's our? You marry me before we get there? We engage before we get there? What are you asking me? Shit. Because I mean, people break up in 5 years.
Right.
You could be in love with somebody. Like, you can go to this city and realize this person is not who the fuck I thought they was because they're no longer in their own comfort zone.
But I feel like that's why divorce is such at a high rate, because you get engaged or married to somebody and then that shit still don't work out. And now we on paper.
No. I won't say that. I just think people just get engaged and married too fast.
We gonna end it like that.
Okay.
Good job, y'all. It was a good episode.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Hit that shit, Ash. You got to have a J-O-B. If you wanna be, cause she ain't coming to Houston for less than 2.
Y'all check him out, man. Kenny Tiller.
Let me talk to you. Looking through the Bible the other night, realized Jesus Christ never had a wife. Damn, I wonder why he never did have kids when he lived 33 long years. I flipped a little faster through every book and chapter, still couldn't find my answer. I even ran and asked the pastor. I'm still waiting on my answer. Adam ate the fruit and I got a thick chick with an apple bottom too, and she telling me to chew. Ass like that, what you think that I'ma do? And that's why I fucked up. We was relationship goals. Now you all in my phone trying to hack my passcode. Talking about them other hoes. Okay, I did it, but I never brought it home. Lost my queen shuffling around with them jokers. And I'm still looking for closure. All the pain from my past been on my face for years like a COVID mask. You hurt me, I hurt you. You hurt me, I hurt you. And we both been bruised. No real winners, we all lose. I got somebody new, but I'd rather be with you. Snapchat memories be killing me. Girl, I know you miss my energy. And lately I've been feeling numb. I don't even feel love. Mine in Georgia, heart in Texas. I've been trying to block it out like Tetris. No matter what we've been through, to tell the truth, girl, I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. Shout out Unspoken Atlanta. And cut. I came in with my ex like Selena, the flex. Bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left. She know what she need, all she blessed. Giving you my best.
bitch on me the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap, ayy, yeah, it's gon' slap, ayy, tell him run it. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Jeter. That's what we drinking on, Jeter-ritas. Make sure y'all get y'all some Jeter-ritas, man. Hit my boy up. Ritas.